Hello, everyone. Welcome, MetroTalk. Well, we haven't had MetroTalk in over a year.
It's true.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Everything is festive. I can see the festivity behind us. We can't wait to speak to you about some wonderful things that Metro is having. The first one is, as you can see, we are part of the Movember crowd. We wanted to join that in solidarity with the Movember movement. I look ridiculous, but I
Everything
will,
is for a good
for a
cause,
good
right?
cause, right? I'm looking ridiculous for a good cause. So check out our website for Movember. Please donate and for a really, really good cause. We got some exciting things this winter, huh?
Yeah, it's always good to start a new season, especially when we need to start balance that transition between being outdoors and
Yeah.
then start indoors.
Yeah.
It's the state of Ohio, and unfortunately, you cannot be all year round outside.
Yeah.
But Metro always offers the opportunity to keep going with the sport of soccer.
Right.
And we always encourage our players to start that transition as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, we've had some camps. We've actually a couple teams went outside in November. It was definitely cold, but a good result down in Dayton. Now we're inside. We've had a couple camps. The next camp coming up is, I want to say, November 28th, Wednesday. As always, the link in the website will be on your screen as you see it. But let's talk about winter training a little bit. Let's talk about training in general. What is your thoughts on training versus games?
It's hard sometimes. I think one of the most difficult things and I can see in all these years coaching in Metro and getting involved with high school and also the younger players is it's so hard for them to replicate the intensity and the consequences of the real game into
Right.
practice. And then if we focus exclusively in what indoor training is, we cannot forget that we're going to be training on turf.
Right.
And the difference between turf or grass is huge for
Right,
the players, right?
Right. I want to say, here's my my take on this, and I'm hoping that we can hear from you out there. Is that the one thing that training does do is gives you a chance to break the game down. When the game is moving so fast out on the field, everyone loves to play. That's what we're doing. We're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
play. But with training, you get to break the game down. You get to see the individualism. You get to see the team orient.
Yeah.
I think, in my mind, the more training you get, the better.
Of course.
And as we transition grass to indoor turf, it's hard.
It
It's
is.
hard. It's very hard.
As for my own experience too,
Yeah.
I've been playing soccer for a long, long time in South America when we actually don't have any indoor facilities.
Right,
It's
you
not
play
necessary.
outside.
We play
Right.
outside all year round. So since I came to United States, I get a little bit more familiar with this surface, and I
Right.
can tell you that it's totally different. The way that the ball bounces, the way that you need to prepare yourself to sprint and change directions is totally different. So, for example, in my personal experience, I cannot play turf with cleats.
Right.
I need to play with a sole that is flat because I can get a good balance there. But that is every player will be different on that matter. What I can see about that breakdown between and the difference between the games I'm training is this beneficial for players and coaches. I think from our perspective and from the coach's side, to me, when I see some things that I would like to improve in my team, I have in training to focus specifically in all those aspects of the game, like first touch, for example,
First
or
touch, very
combinations, play the way you face, stuff like that. We demand in the game as coaches, but then sometimes the players cannot see it in the big picture.
Right.
So the
You
game,
show
the practice give you the opportunity to focus exclusively in that, and
Right.
then you start to add up all those things to create that big thing that represents the game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And here are some things for you guys at home. Anytime you can touch the ball, anytime. A little juggle, little toe touch.
Yeah.
Even just keeping the ball. I read something about putting a size 1 ball at each entrance to the dining room, entrance to the bedroom. So every time you enter those areas, you just pick the ball on your feet, dribble,
Yeah.
leave it, whatever, do it. I'm not saying everyone has to do it out there. I'm just saying what a great idea if you want to keep your feet on the ball.
Yeah.
Not to belabor this point about training, but this year we really want people to do a lot of training. We want people to come inside to the BG Fieldhouse Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7:30. The winter schedule will be up on your screen for training. Starts at the week of January 7th. Come play. Just come play. Experience other coaches, experience other teams. Come play and get your foot on the ball. And not that we don't like games. Games
we
are
love
great.
games, and actually, I think the training is the preparation for the game. I mean,
Right.
soccer is about playing the game,
Right.
but then you need to prepare yourself for that. For those old fans of this
fans.
show that we
Fans.
have at least 300. No, we have at least 300,
300 fans.
But we hope that we have more starting today. But for those that have been watching this show before, you guys remember probably a couple of years ago we were mentioning about the 4 different aspects of the game of
Yes,
soccer, right?
yes, yes.
And we mentioned that one of the most important ones is the mental game.
Mental game.
Because the mental games allow you to do all the other stuff. And you know, my players are very familiar with this term, the mental game. We need to be focused and mentally prepared for the consequences and the intensity of the game. But also you need to be mentally prepared to be in practice and give 100% of what you
Absolutely.
can do.
Absolutely.
You know, it's 1 hour, for example, when you need to replicate and try to do the best you can in order to improve. That's the moment that you have to improve. It's like if you move it, that same example to a school, you cannot go and perform for an exam if you've done a study before.
That's right.
So you cannot prepare 100% for the game if you are not practicing well.
So what we're trying to tell you is go out and play. I mean, if you can't control the games, meaning times or levels or whatever, you can control training. You can get in there and play yourself a 4v4 game, and it's right up your alley. So look for that. Get yourself involved. Go and train. Just a couple of notes just to finish about winter. We have a wonderful schedule of games and tournaments. That will be in your hands shortly. So look for that. When we come back, we are going to chat about some other things that
Yeah.
Metro has.
As always, we have a
Always.
lot of things to share with you today.
We'll be right back. One of the things that Metro prides itself on is getting young, hungry coaches to come in and train a little bit. It's our youth coaching program, and these are coaches that absolutely want to gobble up any information they can. They come to multiple trainings. We have a wonderful group coming in this spring. Amanda Lopez, Taylor Timmons, Maggie Best, just to name a few. It looks like they're the cream of the crop.
Yeah, you know, and those are girls that they already experience what is playing for Metro and be a part of this Metro and be a part of our family.
Right.
And that's why I think that's the most important thing, right? You have some young mentors for our new players
Right.
that eventually will become coaches in Metro too, some of them, to keep spreading the idea of what is this family about. And we are super excited about having those 3
Yeah.
young coaches with us.
It's
for
a
sure.
it's a very important thing to us. I mean, our staff is family driven.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I would like to mention also the boys have a wonderful young coach, Jared Anderson. He's a great coach. He's learning, coming up and learning the tricks of the trade. So congratulations to David Larocco and his group. Listen, Claudio, just moving on real quick. I know the U17 National World Cup is in Uruguay.
Yes.
I know you've seen some of the games, and I've peeked in the games. Unfortunately, the U.S. has just not done well.
Uruguay also they couldn't qualify. You know, I found this tournament super exciting, and first thing is because it's the second World Cup. It doesn't matter if it's men's,
Right.
women's, or what age, but it's the second World Cup is playing in my country.
It's wonderful.
So we are so proud and happy to be able to host a FIFA tournament. And then also the opportunity to see U17 girls playing is because it's the age that I coach. So to me is very familiar. But I need to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with a lot of things that I saw in terms of the speed of the game and some recruiting. I'm trying to be very critic about what I saw, especially focusing in United States.
Sure.
Is when we are, I'm working right now as a coach in the United States. I'm involved with the sport for a long time here in this country, and I was expecting a little bit more. I don't know what is your opinion, but I saw a little bit of lack of technical abilities. I saw the game was a little bit slow, in my opinion, especially if you are thinking about the best of the best in that age group in our country, right?
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you. If you'd send us an email and let us know what you thought about the U17 World Cup, if you had seen it. I am very proud of our curriculum at Metro.
Yes.
And I wish that we could implement that all over.
Yeah.
But watching the U.S. U17 national team, I know we're doing the right job, and we need to continue what we're doing.
Job, yeah.
The Metros are coming up. Come join us there. It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest time of the year for the Metro family, especially because we came up with that name in one of our shows.
Yes,
the idea of the
Metros.
Metros, and the opportunity to have parents, coaches, players all together as a family,
Everybody.
sharing a meal, music, competition, some prizes and rewards, awards as well. I think is the best time.
You dance a little bit. I know you dance a
Every
little
time.
bit. Diane dances a little bit.
Also.
So look for that. That's really the main reason to come to this.
Yeah.
I've had a good time. Welcome back. And
Yeah, that feels great in the club.
I absolutely agree, and I'm thrilled to be back on Metro Talk. The next Metro Talk will have a lot of the new information, fields, which we are getting into. We're getting new fields.
Yes.
We have a new president. We're keeping this all for next time. Please contact us. Let us know what you think. And
let the people know what they think about our mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Should we
Yeah.
keep it or should we shave it?
Well, I can tell you,
know.
I'm not keeping it. But if Claudio wants to keep it, he can. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.